Yeah, talk to me about quarantine, man. How's your quarantine been like?
Bruv, I'm not even gonna lie to you. It's been a mental kind of stress because the way I kind of see it is like, I'm a presenter, so I thrive off engaging with others. I thrive off content, like producing content, whether it be my own, whether it be collaborations, helping someone else, featuring on music videos, whatever I can do.
Yeah.
But when there's no work, bro, I shut down. Like I shut down for like a good month and a bit, and then I was like, you know what, I need to get my head straight. Then I'll just be praying a lot more, doing a lot more reading, and I think that's when ideas started to come out. Because in my head, I'm thinking, all right, quarantine's only gonna last for probably another month or two.
That's
what
what
can
we
I
thought.
do? Yeah. What can I do that the moment it's up, I can hit the ground running. I can put things in place. I can salvage at least 2020, because I'm sure everyone did this 2020. You know what I mean? Like, we're gonna go turn of the decade. This is the year. Them kind of things there. But I really felt that because I just moved from my old station to a new station, Represent.
Yeah.
And what I was hearing through the grapevine, like things that were circling back to me,
That's good.
bruv, like, yeah, just keep doing it. Little nudges there from people that I know, like, fam, I know what, like, such and such is, they're feeling the vibe and they're liking the way you're moving right now. And that was literally at the top of the year. And then obviously I made my announcement at Rep, and then I was just like, all right, cool, let's keep on going. Best believe we had guests all up until May booked, and these were like verified heavy hitters, trying to put Rep on the map, me on the map. They were 30, they were on it. March come, everything done. Oh, my head was hot. My head was hot. But you know what? I feel like I feel like that God was just saying, put a pause, because maybe the direction that you was going wasn't the one that He wanted you to go on. So,
did you think it was gonna last for as long as it did? Because when it come out, when this whole thing, because they were believe it or not, before the lockdown, they were talking about coronavirus. Like, I'm talking about early start of the year.
I heard that it was known from like last year,
year,
though, like
bro.
November time.
Late last.
But the news
last year
didn't do it as much as they would normally do when it's something like this.
I don't think we thought it was going to be as serious as it was. You know what I'm saying? Like, obviously, with you're working within the radio and that. When you got the news, or when you first started to hear about it, this coronavirus, COVID-19 thing, what was your vibe? Did you feel like, it's not that deep?
I was definitely a naive one.
Is it?
I was definitely like,
because I was as well.
Same.
Do you know what it is? Because I had, when I'm in work mode, and I can speak for some people, like there's people that I know closely, tunnel vision.
Yeah.
You've got a goal, you want to achieve it, let's go in it. You made the calls that you want to make, you've booked rooms, whatever you want to book, you've lined up the appointments, you've spoken to that producer, that manager, that tour manager, that stage manager. Oh, such and such can't do it because he's in the festival at this, but when he comes back, he'll come to your show. I was having phone calls like that, or having messages like that, or emails like that. So these were already pre-planned. And then even outside of that, I was thinking, okay, what else content-wise can I shoot that I can just line up my own team, and I'm tackling YouTube? You know, where you just wanted to be flexible across all balls, on the radio, online, and just have that content spewing. And obviously when Corona came, I was just like, wow, what? Man can't go out.
Jolting,
do you know what I mean? Like, I've never felt like a prisoner in my own home before.
Jolting.
But that's what you really felt like, because you couldn't go out, bro.
I think, like you said, the
It's
tunnel vision thing will make you think somehow work's going to get done.
Yeah.
COVID's coming, but somehow I'm going to get my
We were all naive to the fact that how serious this thing could have been, because the media didn't do their job right. That's the one time they didn't do their job right.
No, for true.
Bro, they probably was told not to.
Do you know what I mean?
They didn't want to instill the fear in the people.
But now they do, though. That's what when they it's like they let it, and then when it hit, it went like that. It wasn't if they fed us the information slowly, like, yo, this thing's coming,
serious.
Prepare yourself.
You
could kind of digest it a bit more. But from, like you said, how can the gyms be open one day and then the next day fully closed? Like, that's like, bro. So you're saying yesterday I could have got COVID, but now you're saying, do you get it? Like, they wanted to pick and choose, and then boom, and then don't go outside your house now. If you go outside your house, don't be with this person. Don't go into the shop. Only go to the shop if you need toilet roll. Toilet rolls missing. Everything was mad overnight.
Feds were moving on the mad one as well, because I'm hearing like they were finding people for having more than one toilet roll or something, like only one toilet roll per house.
Finding people for having people in the car, like.
But people were beefing for toilet roll.
Bro,
like,
madness.
It was serious.
We're gonna look back on this on a mad one still.
Yeah. This is a time where a lot of babies were definitely made around this time, though. A lot of babies. A lot of babies.
100%.
But it was what it was, man. At the end of the day, I'm just happy to be back. I'm hoping that there isn't a second lockdown. I'm really hoping.
Because that's what they're talking about now, isn't it?
I'm thinking, but you know what? I'm prepared. If it is, I know what I'm doing, because I'll just focus purely on the ideas that I have for 2021 and hit up what I can do.
Are your ideas like so that you could work from home, or if you can't go outside, you're straight? Like you have stuff.
I think they're a bit of both. Ideas that I can kind of capitalize at home, but also have a vision of where you want it to be quote unquote normal, whatever normal is nowadays in this world, innit? Because now you can't go into a shop without having a mask on. And how long is that going to be running for? Is that going to be to the end of the year, to all the way next year? Do you know what I mean? Is it life kind of thing? And when is COVID going to fully be over? When is it actually going to be clear? They haven't really shown signs of that. Do you know what I mean? All that talk about testing in Africa, nonsense and stuff.
I'm thinking it's going to be next year, therefore, when we're in the clear. It's going to be...
I'm hoping it is
mid to late, I reckon.
It's crazy as well, because I know friends of mine that booked gigs and stuff for 2021. They're already booked for certain things for 2021. But it's like, that's a bit of a sketchy one, because it's like, granted, yeah, great, you're booked, you're on this festival and that festival, but
it might
if
not
it
be
comes
running.
around and COVID's time,
it might not be running.
You know what I mean? Your head's hot, fam.
Some of the festivals delayed, innit? A year, like, we'll be back on next year. It's just like, who said you will be back on next year?
Exactly. Who actually said that? Like, why are you so certain that 2021?
Like Afro Nation.
But all you can do is be optimistic, because as you said, obviously, I think, was it today that announced it or yesterday that we're in a recession?
Yeah. I've seen
2008, 2007?
Second recession.
11 years, isn't it?
Yeah, so it's been a long time since the economy has felt this kind of strain of where they actually haven't earned any money. So obviously, for people that may not know, if they want to be ignorant and not do the research, that's bad for the economy.
It does happen though, every like 10 years.
Yeah. But then it makes me wonder, then,
you feel
what are they doing with the money though?
Yeah.
What are you doing that you have to be in this thing twice?
Fucking around, bro.
Do you know what I mean? And I think now, COVID is like a fantastic excuse to blame that on. Do you know what I mean? Because had COVID not been here, would we still be in a recession? It might still have happened, do you know what I mean? But we don't know, because COVID has taken a big chunk of the year.
Bro, it's conspirity theories.
I
nearly blocked my mum. I nearly blocked my mum, fam. I swear now.
The WhatsApp's in it.
The WhatsApp.
Don't go there. If I'm going to a friend's house, don't go to a friend's house.
Do you know what she said? Do you know, this was my mum's vibe, yeah? It was like, yo, son, don't believe this COVID thing, it's a cover-up. So I was like, what, man, what are you talking about, innit? It's a cover-up. She's like, haven't you been seeing that if you look in all of our areas, they're putting up these 5G poles and it's taking the heat off. I'm like, bruv, you can't miss these 5G poles. We know they're going up. You know what I'm saying? But my mum was on that, yo. She was like, yo, the COVID's not real. She was like, it's because they want to put up these 5G poles. I was like, mum, yeah, she's going crazy still.
I see another conspiracy about they want it to just be contactless and that.
Yeah, there's bare conspiracy.
They ran out
theories.
of money. That was one. I think my dad sent me that one.
Yeah.
He said, be careful with your money because the world's running out of money and that's why they want you to use contactless.
But if they print that stuff, bro,
When they print it, good values, isn't it?
Was you late to the contactless like I was?
Yeah, I was late.
I didn't want to do a contact.
I was late.
I didn't want to do it.
I was late.
I was so used to chipping a pin. I was like,
I'm early compared to COVID. If that makes sense.
Yeah, no, I was late.
I was delayed.
They
I didn't want to do contact.
My card ran out.
Same.
And then they sent me a contactless one, and I was like, bro, I don't want
this. Same.
And I sent it back.
I didn't send it back. I just kept it.
I sent it back. I was like, yo, I don't want this. You know what I'm saying?
Crazy,
I am on the contactless thing now, though.
Yeah, same. It's
just convenient, man. I just take my phone, man. Fuck it.
There you go.
And that's the
separation I'm doing now, though. I've got like, so I'll have my Monzo, which covers all my expenses.
Yeah.
So anything like, for like business wise, if they're claiming tax back, I'll just be like, all right, here's my Monzo, so I can track it easier.
Yeah.
and then anything else, I'll just use the card.
Aye, Monzo, big up Monzo.
Yeah, do you know what I mean?
Every time you spend money, ding.
I'm scared of Monzo and I'm scared of Metro.
Why? Monzo.
Metro Bank, they're
you need to
bookie,
be
bro.
on
Metro
top of the
Bank
money
is the
thing,
top
bro.
fraudster bank.
That's
Don't use
bookie
Metro.
stuff.
Really?
That's a fraudster bank.
No wonder why
man.
my boy
on
trying
it.
to get me to
Oh,
sign
what type
up.
of bank open? What type of bank open 7 days a week, fam?
I
can't
know.
trust you, blood. No, man,
That's
I can't,
crazy.
I can't trust you, man. Sunday, you
I
have to
can't
rest
do the
still.
Monzo or Metro thing.
Nah, Monzo's
Yeah.
30 still.
Monzo's
Monzo's
30,
30. But Metro,
I think purely because when you go to other countries, it doesn't charge you.
Is it?
You can spend it
You can spend it
normally
as well.
and whatever.
Oh, it just
whatever
gives
the
you a tracking
exchange-
as well.
Yeah.
Like, if you're spending so much money, or like, raw, slow down, basically.
Yeah.
You got this.
And
Like
exchange
on
it.
your last month, you technically might not make the end of this month.
You'd have
Yeah.
to set it up, but it's good for you though,
Yeah.
because it's like in terms of like if you're just trying to do money management
Man
101.
got that message through COVID.
100%, like,
hey,
it's
listen,
the
big
best.
man, if you continue spending what you're spending,
Yeah,
then you got 14 days left till you get paid. You ain't gonna see
I feel
it.
like
I was like, huh?
we basically made Amazon that guy a billionaire. Fam.
Yeah,
we
100%.
did. We did.
100%.
Because
That's
when
like
COVID
bare
was
shit.
there, online, and that goes to show as well. Because obviously, when you see how online has soared through the past 3-4 months that we was away,
Yeah.
the physical shops were hurt.
Yeah, 100%. Bare closed down.
They're done.
Bare high street shops.
They're done.
Yeah, but I see
Done.
Debenhams is
From
done.
time Twitter said to
All
your
Debenhams
employees,
is done.
you don't have to come in. You
Yeah.
can work from home.
Yeah.
That's your prerogative. Done.
It's a game changer now.
Yeah.
Still,
Proper.
it is.
I think even going forward next year, man's gonna have like 1 or 2 days where businesses are gonna say you're working from home anyway. Because another thing, you can't have everyone. It's certain offices. You probably can't have everyone in the office.
True.
You can't social distance in the office. So
True.
if health and safety come in check now, they'll be like, right, you got 12 people in a small room or whatever it is. They're gonna be like, oh yeah, shit. 6 people come Monday. You lot 6 come Tuesday, and then you alternate. You get me? So throughout the week, you're probably gonna have 2-3 days in the office, depending on your job, obviously.
Yeah.
Some jobs you have to be in, but most jobs, I think, if they give you a laptop.
How do you think it's gonna like affect the industry? We had a chat actually like not too long ago, a couple of weeks ago, about like the music industry and how like there was bare artists that came through that obviously like they missed out because they popped and then they can't do shows, they can't do events, they can't do pop-ups. You get what I'm saying?
Like
So
Dutch Belly, for example.
yeah. So how do you think like on you guys' side it's gonna affect the industry in that way?
I think for artists, the beauty about an artist, and obviously for what I do, is different because regardless of the point that they may not be able to release music videos, they can still have a way, because they have a fan base,
Yeah.
to sell their music. And the biggest thing is that you're generating income no matter how you're doing it. And the fact that you'll still be able to do that because you can go into the booth and you can record, although it may not be as easy, because I do feel like when an artist creates work, they've lived life.
Yeah.
When I've spoken to artists, there's always like, they will have their fun, they will live their life, and that's where at some point in time, what they're doing, whether they're with a girl, whether they're in a party or whatever function that they're doing, that will now translate into music. If you are trapped in your room,
Yeah.
there's no stories to tell. You're not living your life that you should be. You're not going to Dubai, and you're not going to, when you're hearing all these places that they're going to, like Monaco, this or this, that, and the third. We just see Hardy Caprio do Marseille and that. Do you know what I mean? But had COVID been happening, he wouldn't have been able to go to Marseille. Do you know what I mean? And film those kind of. So it's very crucial. So it's like a half and half for them in where that they can actually still create music, but it may not be as exuberant or as fun filled as we would like, taking it as the consumer. Do you know what I mean? And that can only last for so long, because I do believe artists would have songs in the locker. Every artist should, to be honest. You have stuff that you're sitting on, but right now releasing it in COVID might not do it any justice, because people are going to be like, oh, I wish we'd do a video for this. Especially directors that I know that are handy with it. They'll be like, yo, I've got a treatment already for this, but big man, we can't shoot. You know what I mean? We can't. There's no way we can go to express this song that will slap. And then the worst thing is touring. Tour days. That's where the artist makes the biggest money.
But I was thinking, see Digger D's track, what's it called? Boy, that would have went off at
I see a billboard in LA, bro.
Yeah, I see that as well.
I was like, yo,
that's missing out.
do you know I'm actually so happy for him?
Yeah.
Like to see, like, wow, in LA, like you're in
mad.
big billboard. Nah, they have to. I don't know if he's released now. I haven't heard anything.
I don't
yet.
know about his case or anything,
But he has to.
If there was a wireless or a Murphy Fest or a, you see if that song comes on, is going to go.
There's been a lot of smash smash hits that have come out this year that we won't get to experience.
Yeah,
because next year, by the time everyone's hitting festivals and that stuff's old.
Yeah, it's true. It can be old, but I think with music, because when you have a hit, it's timeless, bro. I can listen to Dave Location on repeat. I can listen to certain songs on certain things, depending on different moods and that. But they will slap. Do you know what I mean? And be like, do you know what I mean? And the beauty about this is like, it doesn't just affect one of you, it affects all of us. Yeah. So as a fan who goes to concerts, I'm definitely going to want to hear that song that you released last year in COVID-19 because, it's true. Brother, I was shocking out to my room. But you know, it's a vibe when all of you are saying the bars and this person from South, North, West are all in there and there. Do you know what I mean? That's a moment. That's a moment. Vibe. I feel like, obviously, just to relate back to your question as well, how it affects us in the industry. As a presenter, it just depends on the kind of presenter that you are. Yeah. So if you're an online comic, big up Munya Chihuahua, who obviously he does his sketches online. So content for him will be great. But if you're someone like, I would say, I don't want to call myself a modern day presenter, but if you are a presenter that bases and stuff on radio and shooting stuff outside and whether it be shooting a podcast, do you know what I mean? Or something of that suit, and your general piece of content isn't online sketches, not comedy, then you are going to find it a bit difficult at the end of the day. But there should be some way or some form or some outlet that you can express yourself. And the beauty of that was TikTok. Like I saw a lot of presenters that I know that were radio suddenly become just very witty with how they delivered the videos. And it doesn't necessarily mean that they were online comics or comedians, but they just knew that banter was a great way or a great source to connect,
to
cash in on that moment. Do you know what I mean? I definitely thought about it from time to time, but I feel like everyone has their lane, everyone has their niche, and don't feel like you have to feel pressure to jump on a bandwagon because your viewership on your Instagram is going down right now because you're not really putting out content. When you do release it, you release it. And everyone will mess with you, And
are you guys back in the studio now or no?
We're back in the studio now.
Yeah.
But Zooms was fun. I'm not going to lie. Zooms was fun because I feel like those are the times where you can get any artist you wanted if you really wanted to.
Yeah, that's true.
Like, why would they say no? You're at
Everyone's
home.
at the crib.
Do you know what I mean? Why would you say no? So I think that was you just have to find ways to capitalize on that moment just in case that there is a second lockdown, touch wood, that there isn't because things are starting to pick up. We're trying to get this work done. I'm sure you have other ideas for your podcast. And it's just the beauty of just having that and doing that up because, lockdown, man, that's long.
So you lot are doing back interviews now as well?
Doing back interviews. So we just did, I don't know when this is releasing, but I'll just say this from today. We did IMDb yesterday.
Sick.
So that's going to come out real soon at some point this week. But then we've got like...
How was she?
She's incredible. And the reason why I say that is because she's crazy good. She's someone that believes in herself.
Yeah.
And I love it when an artist believes in themselves and they know that what they bring to the table is completely and solely them. Yeah. So they're happy with every work that they put out. Do you know what I mean? It wasn't like, the label made me do this or this made me do that. Because sometimes you do hear artists say that they did a song that they completely hated.
Or for a promo.
Do you know what I mean? But everything is completely her. And that interview was good because I remember when we was leading up to it, she was like, nothing's off the table, Sam. You can ask me whatever. And that's what I feel like I did because I made sure I spread it out to my close ones who obviously know what I do. If they had any questions, asks in it. And I did that. And then I think for me, that's just like building blocks. You want to get more of that. You want to get more of the same. Yeah. There's so many names I want to get.
Not every artist is the same though. Like
no.
We wanted to talk because there's certain times, obviously you've interviewed rappers and that.
Yeah.
It depends what day you catch them on. You know what I'm saying? The kind of vibe. And obviously it depends on the actual person. Yeah. Some rappers are talkative, but a lot of them are not. Yeah. You get what I'm saying? And then you can tell like the vibe when you meet one, like whether
it's gonna go. Like some questions you must look at and go, today, man.
I don't think that one can run today.
Obviously, you don't have to say no names, but has there been times where it's like, you're not like you as a presenter or interviewer, or like you're thinking, fam, this guy's not letting me get myself out there. Like I don't know, that must be frustrating in a way.
I feel like it can be frustrating, but I feel like if you are, let me say, quote unquote, an OG, like no artist should ever feel like, or you should never feel intimidated by an artist that asks a question that you know full well that if you did not ask that question, the moment that they're gone, you're thinking,
you're annoying.
Obviously, you don't want to incriminate, man. I think that's the only thing.
No, I don't think none of my questions have never been incriminating because it's all about your style and approach as a presenter.
Yeah.
I feel like podcasting is different from actual radio and presenting because there's a certain niche, there's a certain style and a certain kind of way that you will deliver interviews.
100%.
And I feel like with me, it's always like whenever I get anyone in, let alone a rapper who I know is saying this, that, and that in their lyrics, I'm not gonna be the one to incriminate you. But what I will ask is, you know, I'll prod. I'll do a little Jay-Z with a sub. Asking a little, I'll tease around it, and then I'll land it and be like,
shit in the pot.
Do you know what I mean? That's in the pot and see it, and then let it sizzle, so that they're aware of where's he going with this? What flow? What direction is he going with this? Oh, that's where I like the way you did that. Still, you know what I mean? Because that's what normally, it always ends up there where I like the way you did that. You know? Like you came round with it, and I like the way you did it, and I feel like that takes time, that takes experience, but I've definitely had those moments where I felt like, oh, damn, I should have asked that question.
I think that comes with growth, innit?
100. I think the beauty about it is that you're going to see them again. You're going to have another opportunity. And if you don't believe that you're not going to have another opportunity, maybe you're not good enough. Maybe you're not as thick-skinned to be in this business because you have to be thick-skinned, 100%, because there will be times where an artist will probably like, quote-unquote, pressure you. Or like you feel like you can't answer that question. But if you stay to your guns, delivery is always key because you never want to feel like you're badding them up or you feel like you're not listening to them, because the key thing is listening to them, but you deliver it in a way where, you know what, I respect that. You know what I mean? Like, I get that you needed to ask that question and I'm going to give you the answer because I know it's something that's been playing on people's minds. Do you know what I mean? Or
man come to the interview, man go, I don't ask me about that thing, you know?
Or more so, it's like, why would you come to an interview knowing full well that question is probably it's gonna be asked.
Listen, I know you saw on Snap I got dragged out. Don't ask me about that. Don't ask me about that. Man, don't hear about that. I'm thinking, big man, that's what everyone wants to hear about. What do you mean?
Always have a talk off camera as well.
That
helps. Always have a talk off camera. Don't just jump straight in because you don't want there to be any surprises. I feel like it's a respect thing because you'll be like, listen, is there anything that's off the table? And almost kind of be like, you know what, I'm gonna ask a few things. And I would really appreciate it if you did answer.
You need them and they need
you. Exactly, because we want to hear your perspective. It doesn't matter about all the noise online and social media and this, that, and the third. Who can I use an example? Like, for me, to this day, I haven't seen an interview with Nines. And I'm just putting it out there. I'm putting it in manifestation. I would love to have an interview with Nines, purely because of the fact that I feel like the way he delivers his music, he's a really incredible storyteller. I can listen to Nines and I'll be like, yo, Nines, the way you did that was sick, you know. How you paint pictures is sick. And I was like, but why hasn't no one got an interview with you?
Do you know what though? For a lot of them, I think man's not no rapper, but I think it's more of the fact that for those kind of rappers, they tell their story in their music. So instead of having to have a sit down like we do, like, if you listen to the music, you'll hear what man's going through. You'll hear what happened last week, or in that incident, or with this incident, or with that gal, or with this gal. You know what I'm saying? Or what we done when we went here, or what we done when we went there. And just like you said, when they're painting pictures, for a lot of them, like artists, it's all in the music. So maybe they don't like have to have a sit down. You get what I'm saying? Obviously, there's always going to be stuff that they don't touch on, because there will be, you get what I'm saying, and you could ask questions that would get that out of them. But for a lot of them, I think a lot of the ones that don't, because as we said, like, some of them man are not talkative. You get what I'm saying? Like, man will be in a room.
I like those ones.
And man will just be in the corner, like praying, just not on a talking vibe.
And the reason why I like those ones is because I find those are challenging.
Those are probably got the most to say when you ask them questions.
100, they all do, of course.
They all got the most to say, but I feel like it's down to the individual. It's down to who you are as a person.
And who they feel comfortable with.
Yeah, but if they've never met you before, it's up to you as a presenter, as a podcaster, as a journalist, as an interviewer, whatever facet you want to fall under, to make them feel comfortable where they can open that stuff and they can be like, you know what, I look back on this interview, I respect that, I like what you did there. Do you know what I mean? And if that's the interview that they want to do for a while, so be it. Go back to that one. Do you know what I mean? Until I'm ready to talk again, then I'll talk again. And I feel like it's just, again, it's literally down to who you are as a person. because you will get some moments where they're not saying anything.
Yeah.
No matter what you're doing.
Just vibing off a wall.
Yeah, like you're not saying anything. But my whole thing is then, why come to an interview if you're not going to say much?
Nothing, yeah.
You know what I mean? I've spoken to your people. I've gone through the proper channels. You know I'm a fan of your music, and you know I'm not here to make you seem in any kind of way negative. That's not my MO.
Or send you back to prison.
Yeah. I mean, like, this ain't no comment situation. Do you know what I mean? My name's not PC, whatever. I'm here to genuinely have a conversation with you because I feel like not only am I a fan that's consuming your music, but everyone else wants to know.
Yeah.
So why not share that? Because I feel like it's different when, yes, you have your outlet and music is a form of expressing yourself, but let's talk like men. Do you know what I mean? Or like, do you know what I mean? Let's talk like grown-ups and let's have a chat.
What's some of you man's favorite interviews that you've ever seen? Like, not just UK, I'm talking US as well.
I'll just watch DJ Khaled Champagne. What's it called?
I need to watch that.
It's not
Champs.
an interview, though, yeah.
Drink Champs.
I need to watch
that
it.
one.
Bro.
Do you know why I like Drink Champs?
Khaled has my favorite interview. Khaled.
Is it?
Something about
his
him,
interview on Hot 97, is my favorite.
Yeah, I watched that one still. Yeah, that one's hard.
Bro,
He's the goat,
when he's dropping them keys.
Yeah.
Bro,
But you could tell that's
he
a
talks
man
smack.
that's
he's
lived
funny, bro.
life.
Yeah.
That's a man that's been there and back. Like, I didn't know. I think, when did I find out? I think 2018 that I found out that Khaled spent probably a year in Jamaica, and he was getting to know all the OGs and the greats. That's why he's got such a heavy connection there, and that's why he knows
his ears heavy,
you know
bro. His ears heavy.
Yeah, his ears for
heavy.
music, and he when he says we the best, I believe him because his ear for music is.
It's
Or
levels.
even in that Drink Champs thing, I'm not sure about the 97. I've watched it, but I can't remember ins and outs. Obviously, Drink Champs being more recent. His story as well. Like, I'm not saying sometimes you feel like these men are, like, for example, not discrediting Drake, but you see when he was younger, he was on TV. So you kind of think, not that he didn't do his thing. He fully has, and I give Drake full props. He's one of the best artists in the world. But like, you always think sometimes, not man was planted there, but do you get what I'm trying to say? Like,
he had a leg up.
Yeah, he had a little, not a leg up's hard to say, because I don't want to say that.
Foot in the door.
Yeah, foot in the door. Yeah, foot in the door. But you see DJ Khaled, man was saying man was on radio and man was sleeping in man's car and all of these things.
Proper grinding.
Yeah, proper, like, man said,
Grinding.
bro, I was getting just $100, obviously dollars or whatever, $100 a week on radio, making nothing. And then
Carrying the crates from here and there.
said he was just mashing works. And then, I can't remember who signed it for. I think he said Lil Wayne's thing, was it Young Money they're called?
Cash Money.
Cash money, yeah, that's it. He said that's where man got man's foot in, and then from there, man and then, like you said, like, you can just tell he's proper appreciative as well.
Yeah.
He was like, bro, sometimes when I see man, he said, bro, he asked Jay-Z or something for a track, and he was like, bro, you're gonna do it. You sure? And then somehow in the interview he goes on to flip it and say, like, Beyonce jumped on it as well, and he was like, what, Jay-Z and Beyonce on the thing? He said, brother, I was in awe. I'm thinking, this is a guy who mash works from the start. And man likes Khaled still as a person. His interview was class to me still.
Yeah, Khaled's mine.
Who was my one?
I like Nipsey's interviews as well. I
love Nipsey.
his interview on Breakfast Club was
He's
like
another
one
one
of the
that-
best I've seen.
For me, as in what I do, I'm so bummed that I'm not going to get the opportunity to interview him.
He's a goal, innit?
Because for me, I was just like, I jumped into Nipsey late. I would say 2018 was like the full unveiling of Nipsey for me. Late 2017, 2018. Big up Lil Hustle as well. She's an artist from the UK. That's sick. But for me, it was just more so like, with Nipsey, I can relate so highly to him because from a man that used to trap and said that I'm not trapping no more. I'm going to fully focus on music and do my thing and literally undercut all the money that he's normally used to getting to be living off like scraps and really working hard to get his thing and believing in himself. And there's a lot of, I feel like there's a work ethic over there in America that is just different.
But it goes back to the first episode we did on this pod with that deferred gratification thing that we was talking about. Like, bro, it's mad how people don't have the patience, like what Nipsey had to think, fuck it, man's gonna undercut myself for a bit, but longer term, man will get there. And when I get there, I'll succeed the money I was making and shot in A, B, and C. And bruv, to have that mindset and to go through it when everyone around you is still shotting and making A, B, and C,
it's hard.
That's the hardest part.
It's hard. And because I feel like, so Nipsey died at the age of 33, and I feel like he just about got world recognition after Victory Lap. And for me, that's really and truly the beginning of his career. If you look at it.
For real.
So yeah, he's put in probably 10 years plus of the underground scene, doing his thing, but now getting world acclaim because he got a Grammy nominated for that. So really and truly, that's a start because you're open to a whole new audience, and I bet you he probably feels that as well. Like that's like the beginning point because 33 is still young for me. You can still drop more songs, bangers, and still be.
Jay-Z's 50.
Yeah, like
what? Man's got plenty of time.
Hov is slapping still.
Bro,
Do you know what I mean? Obviously, he might be in a different kind of slap than you would from Hates to the Izzo.
Older slap.
You know what I mean? But it's still Hov at the end of the day. You know what you're getting with Hov.
No,
and I feel like Nipsey was he just arrived now. This is Nipsey's time. That's what I thought for me. I thought
he was gonna like. If he was still alive, he would have been, I reckon, in the next, like, when he got to them man's, like, Kanye, Jay, he would have been in that convo.
Yeah.
100%. He would have been in that
because it's
convo.
outside the music as well. Like you said, his mindset, his business
because that was his first album.
Yeah, all of that stuff.
That's your first album.
He would have been in a convo still.
100%.
What he was doing was mad.
He's in a convo just with his first album.
Yeah.
Donnie had 7, 8 more to go. Do you know what I mean? Time got cut short. But Easy would have been in that pocket for me. And obviously hearing that story is like, again, it just goes back to show that what's your reasoning for doing the things that you want to do? Is it just for the fame, or are you really about making an impact and making a content?
And he was still.
Do you know what I mean? Because I always used to wonder, like I feel like I always used to wonder, why do people always show love to Wayne? Like when Wayne had his run, he was untouchable. When Carter 3 came out, this, that, and the third. Why do people? But if you seen it, when I saw the Drink Champs interview, they really love Wayne. Like Wayne, they love Wayne. Do you know what I mean? That love is different.
He was the golden child.
Yeah, like
he was like one of the first to come out of the South, and like there was bare artists that come out of the South, but when Wayne come out of the South, he was like. Yeah, he was the best
top 3.
in the game.
People always have him in the top 3, innit?
You know what I'm saying?
Easy.
I was never a Wayne fan like that.
No, I got a Wayne fan from Carter 3. I understood why it took me that long, but I understood why
I messed with Carter 6.
Did you?
That was the only album I messed with, but I was never a Wayne fan. One of my brethren, oh my lord, Wayne could do no wrong.
There's still people to this day that Wayne could do no wrong,
fam. But his last thing I think was trash. His last thing that he just put out not too long ago, but yeah. Now I respect man's grind though, and where man come from. You get what I'm saying? And man always like tilt the hat when them man come from the gutter and come out of nothing and make something of themselves, especially in that time, because them at the time man come out of the South, there was no one in the South that was rapping like that. They was all from like New York, LA. You know what I'm saying? Man's from. And it ain't like today, innit? Where you can where's Wayne from again?
5 minutes, fam.
New Orleans.
New Orleans. Man come out of New Orleans, bro. You get what I'm saying? And he killed the game. So man respect that highly.
He killed it differently because he was...
Man wasn't a fan like that still.
Yeah, man. He was a special child because especially when I would always hear how people would say how Jay-Z would speak about him.
Yeah.
And like, I think he did... You know, Wayne would have his mixes where he would do remixes to bare songs. And I think there was one that he did to Show Me What You Got. And he was on the Drink Champ interview and he was like, Jay-Z phoned him and was like, you made me have to redo my verse because you made me have to stop thinking, have I still got this kind of thing? And I'm like, right, if you're making whole think like that, there must be something about you. That's
more so the recognition of others. Sometimes that lets me know where, because like you said, but man ain't really a Wayne fan, to be fair. Man will listen to his mainstream stuff and that. I won't dip into his albums too tough. But the way how everyone else speaks about him, I gotta take my hat off.
Exactly.
Because who am I to say man ain't
These
good?
are goats that
all the goats are saying, this guy's the guy.